Hello and welcome to another video on MetaReady, your #1 source on YouTube for Metacycle related content, news, and exclusives. It's 4th of July week over here in LA, and I want to wish you a happy 4th. Could be happier for Metacycle owners though, if they had news from Sondors. Yeah, today I want to talk about Sondors, the Metacycle, and their latest promised delivery. As some of you may know, the deadline was the end of last month, and we heard no news from them. I want to answer from my perspective two very important questions on the subject. As a paid owner, is the Metacycle worth waiting for? And as a watcher, is the Metacycle worth buying in 2022? Let's start with the obvious problems this year. Now, one may think they probably did deliver a Metacycle and we just don't know it yet. Well, thousands would beg to differ online. Pretty much over 90% of Metacycle owners have joined a group or community online. I mean, even the old guys. Constantly chatting, asking questions, mostly on Instagram, Facebook, and Reddit. And it's a pretty live community. Owners are so ready and excited for their new futuristic Metacycle that they'd post their delivery video online in a blink, just for clout and envy. The problems with the Sondors Metacycle start with failed deadlines. Sondors missing this past month of June's delivery is not the first time. The same thing happened back in early 2021, during which Sondors ended up pushing the estimate to September 2021, and then ultimately to June 2022 this year. And although it happens often nowadays, with current strains on international shipping from China, there is one thing Sondors woefully fails to do, which other established companies are at least doing, and that is communication. Which is the next problem with the Sondors Metacycle. When I ordered my Tesla in July of 2021, my deadline kept moving further and further until it crystallized on my actual delivery date. No matter the distress I was feeling, at least I knew the moment my delivery was pushed or drawn closer. I was not in the dark, and being in the dark is arguably every human being's peeve, and that seems not to bother Sondors. And that last fact is definitely bothering everyone who paid in full a year ago for their Metacycle. The most recent and only communication received by the first wave delivery group of owners was yet another call to payment, this time for the shipping, which was not charged at the former time of payment for the EV. It turns out to be a mandatory flat rate of $700, no matter whether you live 3,000 miles away on the opposite coast of their HQ in Commerce, California, or literally next door, or in my case, 21 minutes away in LA. While this is also becoming a common procedure model for vehicle manufacturers taking orders exclusively online as opposed to through dealerships, it is painful for someone living close to them not to be offered the option to pick it up. It's a double-edged sword situation where some benefit from it, others suffer, and ultimately the asking company saves their earnings. Some companies even make gains off of the flat rate shipping model once all order freights are tallied at the end of the quarter. So, as a current fully paid owner who's been waiting for months or since last year to ride their Metacycle, is it worth it to wait? For those of you who've been waiting since 2021, after all the disappointments from the company, I'd say yes, it's still worth waiting, and here's why. If you've waited this long, then an extra 2 months or more are worth more than canceling and having wasted your hopes for that long. And what's more, others will benefit from your cancellation because for every owner who bails on waiting, others get bumped up in the queue. So do yourself a favor and buy it a little longer. Now, if you haven't yet ordered a Metacycle and you're wondering if now's a good time to get one, my personal opinion is no, now's not a good time to buy a Metacycle if you're wanting to enjoy riding this year. It's just not looking like you'll get your bike until sometime next year. Now, if you're in no rush to ride a Metacycle and you've got to get a few things in order first while waiting, like get your motorcycle license, gear, and all of that, then sure, why not? It's a very good package for the price, very competitive, sturdy built, and looks like it'll be a very rewarding spend. So if you're willing to wait till next year, go for it. But go for it now, and here's why. It seems like Sondors is following the trend of bigger companies like Tesla, and I mean that not just because of their original choice of color for the Metacycle matching that of the Cybertruck. What I mean is their pricing strategy. They're starting low and increasing the price of the Metacycle as more people order it and it garners more interest. It's already gone up $1,000 after the first 2,000 pre-orders were placed at $5,000. If you get yours now, it'll be $6,000, and it just may go up even more, like Storm the founder had promised on an interview back in 2021. Speaking of emulating Tesla, this is a message to Sondors if you're watching. Out of all things, please don't be like Elon Musk, swearing full self-driving would come.
Autonomous cars will definitely be a reality. We're probably only a month away from having autonomous driving, at least for highways, like a Model S and Model X at this point can drive autonomously with greater safety than a person right now.
By the end of next year, we're talking maybe 18 months from now.
I feel very confident predicting autonomous robotaxis for Tesla next year. Full autonomy and releasing it to the Tesla customer base next year.
When do you think Tesla will solve level 4 FSD?
I mean, it's looking quite likely that it will be next year.
Year after year after year. Just communicate. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel and like this video so YouTube shoots it up in visibility. And let's continue this convo in the comment section. Thanks again for sticking around, and until next time, this has been Trevor with MetaReady, signing out.